Jessie R Fauset was born in Fredericksville, New Jersey on April 27, 1882. She was the seventh child of a large family in which they had found themselves suffering from poverty. Her mother died soon after her birth, and her father, a prime minister, then moved to Philadelphia from New Jersey and married a white widow, Bella Huff. Bella Huff had 3 children, and 2 of them had 3 children of their own, so this gave Miss Fauset 9 siblings in total. One of her newer half-siblings was a civil rights activist, Arthur Fauset. Jessie R Fauset went on to excel in high school with the encouragement from her father in school. In 1900, Jessie Fauset graduated with honors from the popular Philadelphia High School and was the only African American in her class graduating. She received a scholarship from Cornell University, and shortly after, in 1905, she made history once again by becoming the first black woman accepted into the university chapter of Phi Beta Kappa, a prestigious academic honor society. In 1905, Fauset moved to Baltimore to teach at a school. The year right after she moved to Washington, D.C., and taught French and Latin for numerous years at Dunbar High School. She retired in 1919 and moved to New York City to become the literary editor for The Crisis, the journal of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. In her post, Fauset played a big role in recognizing and introducing the art of the then unknown black writers Jean Toomer, Claude McKay, Quentin Colin, and Langston Hughes.
First of all, the Harlem Renaissance was developed through a Harlem neighborhood in New York City, which was also a black culture mecca in the early 20th century. At first, Harlem was expected to be a white upper-class neighborhood, but rapid overdevelopment left these buildings vacant, leading to the desperation of landlords eagerly wanting to fill the available areas. Additionally, a few middle-class black families from another neighborhood known as Black Bohemia moved to Harlem, with others following as well. Some white people even tried to keep African Americans out of the city at first, but they failed, causing many of the whites to flee. Furthermore, the Harlem Renaissance began in 1910 and ended around the 1930s. This was a place where African Americans were able to express themselves through creativity and artistic ways. To be specific, they used literature, music, stage performance, and art, all of which helped their talent become recognized. It was a golden era for African American artists, poets, and musicians because it was an incredible environment where they were able to gain pride and influence over how the black experience was perceived in American culture. It was especially a defining moment in the civil rights movement, but unfortunately, Harlem's creative glory days came to an end during the 1929 stock market crash and the Great Depression. It fluctuated until 1933 when white drinkers started looking for illicit beverages in uptown bars after Prohibition ended.
Finally, Jessie Redmond Fauset was/is a very important figure of the Harlem Renaissance. She was able to inspire many other poets, African Americans, women, and more. She inspired many so much that she is seen as the exact rise of now famous writers, authors, and poets, such as Langston Hughes, Countee Cullen, and Jean Toomer. These people who would soon lead on to inspiring many others and causing a great spark within the Harlem Renaissance. Her work sculpted the rising African American literature of these times as she wrote and spoke of her culture and the life of an African American due to the previous stereotypical writings of black Americans through the eyes of white authors. This can be seen in her poem Stars in Alabama and Oriflame. She also wrote of the potential African Americans a woman can possess if only society allowed it. All in all, Fauset held themes of discrimination, passing, and feminism. Some of her most important and well-known work include the poems Dead Fires and Enigma, which I will now read. Dead Fires. If this is peace, this dead and leaden thing, then better far the hateful fret, the sting. Better the wound forever seeking balm than this grey calm. Is this pain to crease? Better far the ache. The long-drawn dreary day, the night's white wake. Better the choking sigh, the sobbing breath, than passion's death. Enigma. There is no peace with you, nor any rest. Your presence is a torture to the brain. Your words are barbed arrows to the breast. And one but greets to wish you sped again. Frustrate you make desire, and action vain. There is no peace with you, no peace, nor any rest. Yet in your absence, longing springs anew, and hopefulness besets the baffled brain. If only you were you, and yet not you. If you such joy could give as you give pain, then what an enigma for the burning breast, and for the harassed heart. What rapture true, if only you were you, and yet not you. There is no peace with you, nor any rest. And that concludes the documentary. Thank you so much for watching.